Welcome back to micamalounge.
Welcome back, you guys.
Welcome back, guys. What's going on? What's going on, Nati?
Nothing much. It's another day.
Are you cool with me calling you Nati?
Yeah. I mean, eventually, you called me Nati, I think, in the last video.
I sure. Maybe she didn't want me to call her.
Nah, it's cool. I mean, for those who don't know, I have a nickname. Natalie's too long anyway, so.
I think I'm going to try to refer to you as Natalie.
That's okay. That's fine. How are you doing today?
I'm good. There's this buzz going around, Ultimatum.
Oh my God. Let's talk about it.
What's going on? What is that?
Wait, first of all, if you guys have not seen The Ultimatum on Netflix, this may be a little bit of a spoiler. So do not continue watching if you have not seen it. And if you have seen it, then stay tuned. Because I feel like it's a great topic. A lot of people had a lot to say on Twitter about this show, and I have my own opinions about it as well. So
first, tell me what the show is about, because I have no idea.
So the show is about 6 couples, and they're all pretty young. Okay. They're all in their 20s. So
it's a reality.
Yes, it's a reality TV show called The Ultimatum.
Or something.
No, it's the real deal.
It's real shit. Right.
So it's like 6 couples. They're like in their early 20s, and basically one of them is ready to get married, and the other one is not. Okay. So they put them on this show to give them the ultimatum. Either you're ready to marry me right now,
okay,
or I'm moving on. Is the concept of the show.
Okay.
Which I think is crazy, because why would you want to do that on national television?
That sounds... If the fact that a couple's going on that show together means they don't really...
They don't, right, that they shouldn't be with each other.
Yeah.
I mean, some people feel like it's a great idea. I don't know. I personally... If I have to give... First of all, I don't think you should be giving your partner an ultimatum, especially with marriage. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree. You shouldn't... It shouldn't be put a ring on this finger or I'm going to leave you. Because it's like, why?
I mean, I do think that when you start dating someone, you should definitely figure out, like, what is your goal? Because some people date with a goal, with an intention for marriage, which makes sense. But... I don't know. An ultimatum show is like...
Would you go on that show?
Hell no.
No. Why not?
First of all, I think that's embarrassing.
Okay, cool.
Like, I should be able to sit with my partner in private and have this conversation and figure it out that way. I don't feel like I should have to go on a TV show. That's embarrassing for me, for him.
Go on a TV show and dating other people.
And dating, right. So wait, really, yes, there's more, right. So there is more to it. So the ultimatum, these are all couples that are obviously all going through the same thing. And they get to date each other for, I guess it's like 6 weeks. So for 3 weeks, if you match with someone who doesn't want to get married, just like you don't, let's say, you get to date this person and live with them for 3 weeks. Wow. And see if that person is the one for you instead of the person that you actually came with.
Hey, they're like fucking and everything? Or it's just...
I don't think anyone actually got to like have intercourse or anything like that. Well, they didn't show it on the show, but they did get to sleep with each other, touch each other, kiss.
Wow.
So I'm sure some things happen. But that's another thing. That's like, are you okay with having your partner live with someone else that they just met for 3 weeks?
To find out if I really
out if they really want to marry you. Is that not crazy?
No, that is.
I mean, in real life, there are couples who go through stuff like that, where they'll go on a break and they'll be like, I want to see if this is really what I want, or if I want to like be single, or whatever the case is. But marriage and on a show?
Marriage or relationship-wise, I feel that if you have to say to yourself, I need either space or time to figure out, you shouldn't be
with that person because I feel if you have to give your partner an ultimatum, like either you tell me right now, are we getting married or not? That is not the person for you.
Yeah, because all relationship goes through bumps. Right? Not everything is perfect. So for you to feel a certain type of way and think that maybe this person is not the one for me for whatever reason, I mean, you don't want to fight it out with that person. That person's not worth fighting for.
And then also it comes to like, let's just say the person ends up saying, okay, yes, I do want to marry you. Let's get married. Let's be together. Is it genuine?
Exactly. and then let's say we get married, and then like months later
it doesn't work out. Now, yeah, because that happens though. I feel like a lot of females too, and
yes.
It's
on the show is mostly females that are giving the ultimatum.
I think there's at least 2 couples that the guy gave them the ultimatum. And that's because they know that they're sure they want to marry this person, they want to be with them, but the girl's a little like iffy, and
it's usually the woman though that would ask for it.
that want to take the ultimatum. Yeah,
I feel like that's just ridiculous to me. Whether it's the guy or the girl, it's like we're together, right? And we live together. We we probably have even kids, and we do everything basically that a married couple does. But we're not legally married, and you don't have a ring on your finger. Are you really gonna tell me that if I don't put a ring on it, you're gonna leave me?
I mean, I believe. So, do you believe in marriage, or do you not?
I believe in marriage, but let's say, and I don't want to get married. Like, are you really gonna leave me?
All right, but then it comes to this: if you're saying we're basically married because we have kids, we do. So why not get married though?
Maybe money problems, or I'm afraid, I'm scared, or I want to wait a little longer. For whatever
which are all valid reasons, exactly. Right? Yeah, I feel like you should be able to speak to your partner and like actually figure it out. And even if your partner was to give you these reasons or whatever, like take it into consideration. I feel like this show is ridiculous.
No, of course. They have to make it
dramatic. I feel like it's ridiculous, and they're all so young, which is the part that blows my mind. Because I tell you, at 20-something, I probably thought the same thing. Like, I'm ready to get married. Like, and no. Now that I'm 28 and...
But how can you say, like, when you... Right? Because people get married without being in love or whatever. Like, if you truly are in love with somebody...
People get married without being in love?
Yeah.
Really?
I think so. People have gotten married and they just
I mean, if it's for like business
this is the way I think. When two people get married, right? Because men and men can get married and women can get married.
That is very
true.
When
two people want to get married, I feel like they want to invest their life together. They want to go through the ups and downs together, and each other, whatever. You want to marry them because you're in love with this person. You don't want to live without them. You want to be with them forever, right? But let's say only one of them, they both feel like that, but only one of them wants to actually get married. How can I be like, oh, let's get married, or like we're not gonna?
Yeah. At that point, it comes to like compromising.
It's not even about compromise. Like you don't really love me then. Although everything we ever been through in our relationship is like bullshit.
because okay, hold on. Because I don't want to get confused. Are you speaking for the person who wants to get married or the person that does not want to get married?
I'm speaking for the person that doesn't want to get married.
That doesn't want to get married.
Yes.
So you feel like
if you're gonna leave me, because I don't want to marry you, right? I don't want to marry you now, and maybe I don't want to marry you for a while or at all. But I'm treating you
great,
like we're married.
Like we're married,
right?
yeah.
I simply just don't want it on paper. I don't want to buy you a ring.
That's fucked up.
You really gonna leave me?
I mean, yeah, that happens. Some people,
and it does.
But this is why it's important to have this conversation with your partner, because, like I said, there are some people who date with intention. Yeah. Like they know off the back, like, yes, I want to date, but the goal is to get married. So that's something that should be said from the beginning. But
is that really a relationship? Like the goal is to get married. Like, oh, I want to be in this relationship because at the end I want to be married. Like, shouldn't you want to be with someone because you want to make them happy? They make you happy. You just want to spend time with this person forever, and that's the only person you want to spend time with.
I don't know. I feel like it's I do feel like marriage is a little like overrated.
Sometimes.
It is also underrated as well.
Sometimes.
No, it is. I feel like it's both. Because how many weddings have you been to?
Well, recently, now that I've gotten older, I've been to so many
really?
weddings. Yeah, I've been to
that's good.
4 weddings already.
Oh, that's great. I feel like our generation does not get married.
Oh, yeah.
I've been to 2 weddings ever.
Okay.
I just got invited to a 3rd wedding. It's in May. I don't know if I'm going yet, because it's like a destination wedding. But I would love to go. Weddings are so much fun.
They are.
Like, but okay, so you've been to 4 weddings, and how many baby showers have you been to?
Baby showers, yes. I haven't been to a baby shower in
recently. Oh yeah. Wow. Okay, so you were about to
thing.
prove my whole concept. Like,
like,
okay,
never
mind.
When I was younger, I went to bad baby showers, but
yeah, no, I feel like I always go to more baby showers than I can count on one hand. Obviously, I've only been to 2 weddings, but baby showers, I don't have enough fingers.
Yeah, I mean, one person could have like.
So that's why I feel like weddings are marriage is also underrated because our generation doesn't get married. Everybody just has kids.
Yeah. Well, you remember you can have more than one kid. The goal is not to get married only once. You know.
I mean, well, that's true too, but I don't know.
Would you? Okay, let's say your significant other doesn't want to get married. Will you give him that ultimatum, like, hey, I'm gonna let you go if you don't like marry me, or you're gonna continue, dating him and hopefully he changes his mind? And be honest.
Okay, yeah, I'll be honest because like my previous relationship, I was in a relationship for 5 years, and I did kind of have a moment where I was like, okay, like where is this going? You know, like okay, we're like gonna live together, whatever. I want kids, but it's also a sense of like I want that commitment.
But the commitment is already there.
It is, but
marriage. You want but
yeah, but if I feel like I'm fully committed to this person with marriage, for example, if we're married, we're gonna go through our ups and downs. We have no other choice but to stick it out. We have to figure it out. You get what I'm saying? When you're not married, I feel like it's very easy to walk away.
It is easy, but I feel like you should feel like how you are when you're married, if that makes sense. You said you should feel like you already have no choice.
Yeah. But that doesn't happen.
It doesn't, you're right.
And I feel like that's a challenge that your relationship should be able to go through to see if it's really a really good relationship, if it's really gonna work out.
That's
you get what I'm saying?
A lot of times, like, that blows my mind to me. Like, you said, oh, if we're married, we have no choice. Like, a lot of people, they say that. But if we're married, it's gonna feel like this. Or, like, it should already feel like that, and then that's why we get married.
That's true. That's true too. So that's what I'm saying though, because earlier you were saying like, oh, if I treat you like you're already my wife or whatever the case is. Like, yeah, but why can't you get married?
You're right.
Then?
You're right. But it's like I don't. That's a conversation you should have, but you shouldn't. That shouldn't be an ultimatum.
Yeah, I agree. So we agree with that. I definitely don't think it should be an ultimatum. I don't feel like you should ever pressure your partner either. Because I personally would want something like marriage to be genuine, to be something like special, not like, oh my God, I have to marry her now because she's gonna leave me.
Exactly. Like, what you about to leave somebody you claim you're in love with that you want to marry, but if they don't marry you, you're gonna leave them.
But this show is crazy because it puts things into perspective and it shows you the reality of like dating, or at least for our generation, for our age group. Because for example, there's a couple, the girl was like 29 and she said she never wanted to have kids, and her boyfriend, he knows that he wants kids. Like, so he kind of took her on the show. He was one of the guys that gave her the ultimatum. He put her on the show because he wanted to see, like, either you marry me now, you tell me, like, you're, we're going to compromise about this kid thing, or we're not going to be together. She ended up meeting the other guys, and one of the guys, I guess she really liked him, and he was convincing her, like, no, like, I can see you having kids. Wow. Like, you look like you'll be a mom. And she was really like, yeah, you see, I can see myself being with someone like him who doesn't pressure me. And I'm like, she's been with her main guy for a few years and was not budging at all. Yeah. So, I don't know. Sometimes the marriage thing has to be brought up.
That's insane. Because it's like, you're in that stage, like men, because I'm a man, right? I can't speak for, like, men usually want women that are not theirs, right? So let's say like you go to they go to that show with their couple or whatever. They're gonna find that next girl, like
and think and put her on a pedestal.
They're gonna be on that first phase, the stage. So
and that's what I think happened for those who've watched the show. I think that happened with Randall and Madeline. So I feel like he was on a high with this girl. Like, he
they're
literally
gonna do all
just
the
met
right
her
things at the beginning, but then literally the same thing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So it's like you're literally going through the same thing twice. You're fooling yourself for what?
Yeah.
Although, don't get me wrong, I'm sure that some people, like, they realize, like, oh, like, nah, like, I dead ass love my girlfriend.
My girl, yeah.
But, like, I wouldn't need to go through that.
Yeah, me
know.
either. I would not. Yeah. I would not even put myself in that situation. In that, no. It was so weird. I can't believe it's a show. Definitely entertaining, but I can't believe it's
you choose who you want to be with, right? Part of it, it's your heart, but you also choose, like, you want to fight with this person, you want to be with this person for the rest of your life. You shouldn't have to deal with somebody else to realize that.
I know. So how would you feel if your partner now
doesn't want to get married?
No, she does.
She does.
She tells you, like, listen, a year from now, like,
yeah, for a year from now,
I want a ring.
I'll be like, okay. And then a year from now, I don't propose, and she tells me that she don't want to be with me if I don't marry her. Then I'm literally gonna bring everything in our relationship, like, oh, so all this.
None of this was worth it.
Yeah, like She really didn't feel the way she said she did. She's willing to leave me.
But what if she says that about you? She's gonna be like, then you don't really feel the way you feel.
But I do, because I
me.
haven't changed the way who I am with you. I've literally been the same person, and I've again been doing.
It's a very tricky.
It is tricky.
Subject or situation, should I say?
Marriage is a tricky.
I've witnessed, like, was very, like, pressuring their partner, like, listen, are you gonna do this? Like, are you gonna do it? When are you gonna do it? Like, I'm waiting. Like, what's going on? And it worked. It worked.
Okay.
But that's, like, I felt like at the end of the day, he felt pressured. Like, that's not a situation that I wouldn't want to put somebody in that situation.
Like, let's say we get married, because you tell me, let's get married, you leave me, and then we don't have a house together.
We don't. Yeah, I get
it. And I be cheating or whatever.
That's true. Yeah.
You're not gonna leave me because I got married you, but you're gonna stay with me because I'm doing all these other like it's just weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, it's fine if you want to get married and your partner doesn't. Like, maybe that is an issue, but at the same time, it shouldn't be an ultimatum. When you're in a relationship, how many years or months or weeks have to go by before before they get married? Like, what do you think is a set number?
I don't think there should be a time frame on it.
Okay, so if somebody...
Well, okay, let me take that back. Hold on. I do. I don't know. This is what I'm saying. It should be a conversation, at least, with your partner. Like, do you see yourself getting married? Do you ever want to, like, get married? Because if we're together in a relationship for 6 years and it's never been a conversation, or...
That raises up.
Or you tell me you don't want to get married, it should be a conversation at that point.
For sure.
Because if I want to get married and I'm with you for 6 years and you're telling me, that's not fair to me.
It's not.
Like, at least let me be with someone, or, that wants to...
See, I feel that's a better conversation to have. Like, hey, we've been dating for this amount of time. Like, we don't live together yet, or we don't have any kids. We're not married yet. Like, do you have any plans, right? And then if you see, like, goal? They're not with it, like, yeah, well, later we'll get back. Then you'll be like, okay, you know what? I deserve better. Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But if everything is good and the only thing is literally that they don't get, and you're going to tell them, marry me or I'm going to leave you, I feel that's a red flag. I'd rather you approach me, like, hey, like, what's going on? And then you give me a chance, like, hey, not everything is good, but the only thing missing.
Right. Which is, right, but that's what I'm saying. Therapy could help with stuff like that. Like, especially if you and your partner not have a lot of problems.
You would have to go together, though, in that sense.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think going on a show is the solution to it. Nah. That concept of the show was crazy. Yeah, and the fact that they were all, like, early 20s is like, guys, you guys have the rest of your lives. Like, you do not have to 60? You do not have to get married at 21.
But if it's the right person, if it's a mutual decision.
Yes. I'm all for it.
Do it.
But not on some pressure shit.
Not on some. I agree. No pressure.
Red flags all over. Marry me, nigga, or I'll kill you. It's crazy. Don't place me.
All right. So you're not about that ultimatum life.
No, I am not. If I feel like I have to give my partner an ultimatum, then I probably shouldn't be.
What if they give you an ultimatum?
Ooh, that's a good question. The same kind of ultimatum or in general?
The same one or in general.
It really depends on what it is.
It depends on what it is. Okay. What if, depending whatever it is, the outcome is I'm gonna leave you, right? Like that's one of the decisions.
That's crazy.
Either this or I'm gonna leave you.
That's crazy. I feel like.
Like, why are you leaving me? I think that's the part that bugs me. Like, why are you leaving me?
What did I do?
Yeah, like if we're in love, we're in a relationship, we have to battle it out. That's it.
Nah, compromising is important though. Compromising is important because I feel like you can get to a happy medium, especially if you love your partner, if you want to work on the relationship, if you guys want to be together, you guys will figure it out.
Exactly.
But if you feel like you have to get to a point where you got to give your partner an ultimatum, then something's not working. Like, and it's just not going to work.
Something's not working.
Yeah, it's just not going to work. That's actually very true. Yeah, I agree.
At least we both agree, guys.
You should finish watching the show though. It's really good. Like it's good. It's a little crazy, but
I'll say I think about it. Guys,
let him know. Tell him to watch the show.
Don't let her leave you. Marry her. Nah. If she wanna leave, or he wanna leave, let them leave.
Let them. Yeah.
Or go on the show, or go to therapy like she suggested. And thank you guys for watching. Any last words,
No.
Natalie?
Don't give any ultimatums, guys. If you gotta give your partner an ultimatum, then that's probably not the person for you. If you guys cannot genuinely figure out your differences, so that is my advice. And welcome. And welcome. And thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah. See you guys next
Bye,
time.
guys.